In 2016, the Parliament had enacted the insolvency and the bankruptcy code. Along with that, we had also brought about substantial changes to the Sarfazi Act and the DRT Act in order to ensure expeditious recovery of outstanding dues to banks and financial institutions. The RBI has been simultaneously exercising its own authority under the Banking Regulation Act and has come out with different schemes, the CDR, SDR, S4A, from time to time. We also have the Joint Lending Forum framework prescribed by the RBI, which is currently functioning. Whereas over the last few years, we've been able to bring some several structural reforms in relation to the economy. One of the key problems which remains is that of stressed assets. Banks necessarily need to be in a robust position to support growth. And if the banks have an unacceptably high level of non-performing assets, this hinders their capacity. In order to further empower the Reserve Bank of India in this effort, the Cabinet had day before yesterday decided to recommend to the Honorable President the issuance of an ordinance. Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act deals predominantly with policy directives. It deals with the matters which relate to the functioning of the banking companies themselves. It also deals with banking policy. The RBI required to be empowered in relation to specific stressed assets also. It was doubtful that whether the language of Section 35A covered this empowerment. And therefore, it was felt necessary that the RBI should be empowered in this direction. The ordinance was signed late last night by the Honorable President, and it seeks to incorporate Section 35 capital AA and 35 capital AB. The first part relates to issuance of the Government of India authorizing the RBI to initiate insolvency and bankruptcy proceedings again in relation to any stressed assets. And the second part relates to specific directions, including formation of committees and oversight committees. Currently, the oversight committee functions in relation to S4A. And therefore, even in relation to resolution of specific accounts, either within the bankruptcy insolvency framework or under any other JLF framework, the RBI would be empowered to deal with this matter. The ordinance was signed yesterday night by the President. It has been notified as of today morning. The order of the central government authorizing the RBI in relation to exercise of jurisdiction under Section 35AA also has been issued today, separately. There are some other steps also being taken which once decided we'll only convey it to you and communicate to you at that stage. We are also planning in the process with and that when the MOUs are signed with the PSBs, which seek capitalization, then there would be some specific provisions in those MOUs also which would be incorporated. These would relate to immediate cash release initiatives such as sale of assets, closure of non-profitable branches, reduction of overheads, business turnaround initiatives such as strengthening of the credit appraisal process under active NPA management, and several others, details of which will be in a separate press statement communicated to you. The RBI and the government would continue to work together on expeditious resolution of this challenge of stressed assets. I do hope that this empowerment of the RBI would enable the issuance of several directions and steps in this regard.